This is Hunter Marshall, and this is my Management of the Enterprise Assignment 3, Business Ethics. But what is business ethics, you may be asking yourself? Business ethics is a critical and structured examination of the principles that decide a person or an organization's behavior in a business or commerce setting. It seems simple enough. It's ethics applied to business. There are so many business people today that argue that ethical business practices comes from putting the needs of all stakeholders, rather than just the shareholders of the business, at the forefront of a business's priorities. A shareholder being any person or business entity that holds a share in the company, and a stakeholder being any person, entity, or thing that holds a stake in the company's business transactions. A stakeholder being different in that it does not have to be a business or a person. All a stakeholder has to be is something that has a stake in the company's actions. Could be the planet, could be you. Could theoretically be anyone or anything. But what is business ethics for, though? Business ethics is for deciding and judging the ethics of a company or a person involved in business. Theoretically, business ethics are for nothing. But in reality, business ethics is for many, many things for long-term prosperity. Business ethics affects long-term prosperity as many people today care about the ethics of a company. Your long-term prosperity relies on them continuing to buy from you, so you should in turn act ethically. But you may be thinking, what does business ethics actually do? Why should I care about the ethics of other people and myself, if being unethical will net me more money in the short term? Well, let's start off with a simple benefit first. You may not think about it often, but it is true. Business ethics, and acting ethically, will ward off legal troubles. If you're acting ethically all the time, you won't have much legal trouble. And that is very good for long-term business success and the long-term success of yourself. Being in jail is not good for business. A second thing that business ethics helps is long-term success. If you want to keep a business running long-term, and you want to make money long-term, which will likely be more money than you'll make short-term, you will want to act ethically. 1. It'll help you guard against legal issues, such as that of Enron. 2. Due to the advent of the internet, information about your unethical practice will spread far and wide, thus triggering a negative reaction from many consumers. If you want long-term success, it is wise to avoid the ire of the internet, because no matter how much you try to hide them, they will find out your unethical practices. 3. It has been shown that 6 in 10 young people consider closely the ethical practices of businesses. If you want long-term business, you will cater to young people as the old people die out. And 4. Acting ethical as a business will help you generate goodwill, which is what it sounds like. It is goodwill of the people. And companies with more goodwill have been shown to do better than the competitors in the long run. On top of all this, acting ethical will also help employee productivity. If you act ethical towards your employees, they will work better. It has been shown by a University of Warwick study that happy employees are 12% more productive. So if you want more productive employees, you will treat them ethically. And now, the company Nestlé, a company that has done business ethics very poorly over their lifespan. Nestlé has done many bad things, so I will only mention some of the more notable examples of their unethical actions. One notable example of Nestlé's unethical actions is when in 2008 they misled the Chinese people into thinking their milk had more protein in it by using a chemical called melamine, which is used in dinnerware and such for its heat resistance and durability. 54,000 babies were hospitalized due to this. Another example of this is when in 1998 people found out that Nestlé was using child labor in their coca plantations. A finally more drastic example of Nestlé's unethical business practices came in 2005. In 2005, a trade union member was overseeing a milk factory with paramilitary ties in Colombia that Nestlé co-owned. The union was disrupting the factory, which led to tensions between the paramilitary and the union. In late 2005, a leading union member was found kidnapped, tortured, and dead by paramilitary members. The Colombians and Swiss investigated the assassination. Nestlé knew he was in danger and ignored it. They let a man die because he was disrupting their factories. Nestlé is a more extreme example of unethical business practices, but they are still unethical business. That is all I have to say on ethics in business, and what you should and should not do. Thus remember, act ethically, lest you want to harm your business in the long run.